From terrifying anacondas that could devour you in one bite to giant poisonous scorpions, our planet is home to all sorts of menacing creatures. Fortunately, most of us have seen them in National Geographic documentaries and not in their natural habitat, because coming face to face with these formidable beasts could be fatal. Join us as we tell you all about the 16 most terrifying wild animals. Number 16. Green anacondas. Green anacondas, native to South America, are among the world's largest snakes, capable of reaching lengths over 7 meters and weights exceeding 440 pounds. Despite their formidable size, interactions between green anacondas and humans are rare, as these snakes typically inhabit remote, dense forests and tend to avoid human contact. While green anacondas are capable of causing harm due to their size and strength, documented attacks on humans are exceptionally uncommon. A study analyzing human anaconda conflicts found that such incidents are infrequent and often result from defensive behaviors when the snake feels threatened. In one notable case, a 5-meter-long green anaconda attacked an 8-year-old boy in Brazil. However, the child was saved by his grandfather. In July 2022, a Brazilian fishing guide experienced a close encounter when a giant anaconda leaped out of the water and bit him. Such incidents are rare and often occur when the snake feels threatened or provoked. Most interactions are avoidable, and the snakes usually prefer to retreat when encountered. Understanding their behavior and respecting their natural habitat can minimize potential conflicts. Number 15. Cougars. Cougars, also called mountain lions or pumas, are large wild cats with powerful legs and a long tail for balance. They live across the Americas, from Canada's forests to Florida's swamps. These skilled hunters stalk deer, moose, and even wild donkeys. With sharp teeth and strong jaws, they leap far and strike fast. Cougars are solitary and prefer to stay hidden. They hunt mostly at night, creeping up before pouncing with a deadly bite. Though their favorite prey is deer, they also eat rabbits, livestock, and even pets, making them a threat to people near wild areas. While cougars generally avoid humans, they can be dangerous if they feel threatened or mistake a person for prey. Attacks on people are rare, but have become more frequent as humans build homes and farms in cougar territory. For example, in 2018, a cougar attacked 2 cyclists near North Bend, Washington, resulting in 1 fatality and 1 serious injury. If you encounter a cougar, there are important things to do and mistakes to avoid. The best approach is to stay calm, stand your ground, and avoid sudden movements. Running away can trigger a chase, making the situation worse. Instead, slowly back away while keeping eye contact. Make yourself look bigger by raising your arms or opening your jacket, and speak in a firm, loud voice. If the cougar attacks, fight back using sticks, rocks, or anything available. On March 2024, 5 female cyclists were attacked by a male cougar on the Tokal Creek Trail in Washington. After a terrifying 45-minute struggle, they managed to escape. One cyclist, Carrie Berger, was badly injured and required months to recover. This rare event highlights why people in cougar habitats must stay alert. These beautiful yet deadly predators play an essential role in nature, but should never be underestimated. Number 14. Goliath groupers. Goliath groupers, also known as Atlantic Goliath groupers, are among the largest bony fish in the world, reaching lengths of up to 8 feet and weighing over 800 pounds. They inhabit shallow tropical waters, favoring areas with abundant structures like coral reefs, shipwrecks, and rock outcroppings. Despite their frightening size, Goliath groupers are generally not aggressive toward humans. However, there have been instances where their interactions with people have raised concerns. For example, in 2014, a Goliath grouper ambushed a diver, showcasing the fish's surprising speed and power. Additionally, in 2015, a fisherman in Florida captured footage of a Goliath grouper dragging him and taking his catch, highlighting the grouper's strength. While these incidents can be startling, it's important to note that Goliath groupers do not typically pose a significant threat to humans. The United States Fish and Wildlife Service notes that, despite their prodigious size, Goliath groupers present no danger to humans. Most interactions occur when the fish feel threatened or are provoked, such as during spearfishing activities where the grouper may attempt to steal the catch. Conservation efforts have been crucial for the Goliath grouper population. Overfishing led to a significant decline in their numbers, prompting the implementation of protective measures in the 1990s. These efforts have allowed populations to increase, though they have not yet returned to pre-exploitation levels. Number 13. Blue-ringed octopus. The blue-ringed octopus may be small, but it's one of the most dangerous sea creatures in the world. Found in tide pools and coral reefs from Japan to Australia, this tiny octopus looks harmless with its yellowish skin. But when it feels threatened, bright blue rings flash across its body, like a warning sign saying, "These octopuses are only the size of a hand, but they carry a powerful poison called tetrodotoxin. This poison can paralyze and even kill humans in just a small amount. If it bites, the venom stops muscles from working, including the ones needed to breathe. And the worst part? There's no antidote." One scary incident happened in March near a beach in Sydney, Australia. A woman was swimming when she picked up a small shell, and a blue-ringed octopus was hiding inside. It fell onto her stomach and bit her twice. She felt some pain, and paramedics quickly took her to the hospital. Amazingly, she survived. Experts aren't sure why she didn't get sicker, but she was very lucky. Even though these octopuses look fascinating, they are not pets and should never be touched. Their bite is painless at first, so some people don't realize they've been poisoned until it's too late. If you ever see those glowing blue rings underwater, swim away fast. Number 12. Jaguars. Jaguars are the largest cats in the Americas, inhabiting regions from Mexico through Central America to South America, including the Amazon rainforest. They are apex predators known for their powerful build, solitary nature, and proficiency in swimming. Jaguars primarily hunt medium to large-sized animals, such as deer, peccaries, and capybaras. Interactions between jaguars and humans are rare, as jaguars tend to avoid human contact. However, there have been occasional reports of jaguar attacks on humans, often under specific circumstances. For instance, a case study detailed an attack on a 3-year-old girl near her home in a remote area of the Guyanese jungle. The child suffered life-threatening injuries, but survived after receiving medical treatment. Another report from central Brazil described 3 cases of jaguar attacks on humans, including a fatal incident involving a 50-year-old man. These attacks are exceedingly uncommon and often occur when the jaguar feels threatened or is unable to access its natural prey. In urban settings, incidents have occurred involving jaguars in captivity. For example, in 2019, a woman was attacked by a jaguar at the Wildlife World Zoo in Arizona after crossing a barrier to take a selfie. The woman sustained injuries but survived. This incident underscores the importance of adhering to safety guidelines when visiting wildlife facilities. Conservation efforts, such as the establishment of jaguar protection corridors in Colombia, aim to preserve jaguar populations and reduce human-wildlife conflicts. Number 11. Giant forest scorpion. Deep in the forests of India, a monster, the giant forest scorpion, hides in the shadows. This creepy crawler is the biggest scorpion in the world, growing up to 9 inches long and weighing as much as a small apple. With its huge, crushing pincers and a deadly-looking stinger, it looks like something out of a nightmare. The giant forest scorpion's body is dark brown or black, making it easy to blend into the forest floor. Baby scorpions are red with a yellow tail, but they grow darker as they get older. Their thick pincers are covered in rough bumps, perfect for grabbing and squeezing prey to death. Their long tail ends in a bulging stinger, filled with venom that helps them survive. This scorpion lives in warm, tropical places, often hiding in tree holes, termite mounds, and even abandoned rat burrows. It's most active from April to July when males roam alone in search of food and mates. Now here's the scary part. Its venom isn't the most dangerous part. Unlike other scorpions that kill with poison, this brute crushes its victims with its powerful pincers. While its sting won't usually kill a human, it can cause serious pain, swelling, and even allergic reactions. Even though it prefers to stay hidden, anyone wandering through the forests of India should watch their step. One wrong move, and you might just get pinched by this giant armored predator. Number 10. Green iguana. The green iguana may look calm and harmless at first, but don't be fooled. While they are often seen as gentle reptiles and make popular pets, they can actually be dangerous in certain situations. These iguanas are not native to places like Florida, but they have become a big problem there. People sometimes let their pet iguanas go into the wild, and when they do, the iguanas find a new place to live. Without natural predators to keep them in check, green iguanas reproduce very quickly. Soon, there are too many of them. They cause a lot of damage to the environment. They dig big holes in the ground, which can damage buildings and roads. Their burrowing also leads to soil erosion and hurts plants, which are important to the local ecosystem. Because there are so many iguanas now, special teams of workers are trying to control their numbers. These teams focus on managing the iguanas in safe and humane ways, but it's a big job. The rise of green iguanas in places like Florida shows that even animals that seem harmless can cause a lot of harm when they are in the wrong place. Number 9. Hippopotamus. The hippopotamus might seem like an unlikely danger because it only eats plants, but it's actually one of the deadliest animals on Earth. Even though it munches on grass, the hippo has some of the most powerful teeth in the animal world. Its sharp, long canines can grow as long as half a meter, and when it bites, it can crush anything in its path. A single bite can even split a human body in half. The force of a hippopotamus bite is 1,800 pounds per square inch, which is almost 3 times stronger than a lion's bite. Hippos are very protective of their space and don't like anyone getting too close. If a person comes near, the hippo might attack without warning. They are also known to flip boats that get too close, thinking they are a threat. In the wild, hippos can be so desperate for food that they've even been seen eating other hippos. Even though hippos spend most of their time in water, they can run incredibly fast on land. Their speed and strength make them dangerous and not something you'd want to mess with. So, while they might seem calm and peaceful at first, it's important to remember how powerful and unpredictable they can be. Stay safe and keep a safe distance if you ever see one in the wild. Number 8. The reticulated python. The reticulated python is one of the biggest and most dangerous snakes in the world. It lives in South and Southeast Asia and can grow longer than a school bus. This giant snake is not the heaviest, but it is the longest of all snakes. It is a strong swimmer and has even been seen far out in the ocean. This python is not venomous, but it is still very deadly. Instead of biting with poison, it wraps its huge body around its prey and squeezes tight until it can't breathe. Then, it swallows them whole. Most of the time, it eats animals like pigs, deer, and even monkeys. But sometimes, it attacks humans. There have been cases where this snake has swallowed people completely. In March 2017, Akbar Salubiro, a 25-year-old farmer from central Mamuju Regency, West Sulawesi, Indonesia, was reported missing. A search led to the discovery of a reticulated python with a large bulge in its stomach near his palm oil plantation. Upon capturing and killing the snake, Akbar's body was found intact inside. This incident was widely reported, including by the BBC. In June 2018, a 54-year-old Indonesian woman in Muna Island, southeast Sulawesi, went missing while tending her garden. Villagers found a bloated reticulated python nearby, After killing and dissecting the snake, they discovered the woman's body inside. CBS News covered this tragic event. Another incident happened in October 2022. A 52-year-old woman in Terjun Gajah village, Jambi Province, Indonesia, was reported missing after going to tap rubber. A search party found a reticulated python with a swollen midsection. Upon cutting open the snake, the woman's body was found inside. These incidents, though exceedingly rare, highlight the potential danger reticulated pythons can pose under specific circumstances. However, in regions where their natural habitat overlaps with human activity, caution and awareness are advised. Number 7. Burmese pythons. Burmese pythons are massive snakes from Southeast Asia. They can grow very long, sometimes up to 20 feet. These snakes have become a problem in Florida, especially in the Everglades, because they eat many animals and have no natural enemies there. Even though they are large, Burmese pythons don't often hurt people. Scientists studied 5 cases over 10 years where pythons struck at people in the Everglades. All these incidents involved pythons striking at biologists who were conducting research in flooded wetlands. This shows that pythons usually don't attack humans unless they feel threatened. In August 2024, in Greensboro, North Carolina, a big Burmese python was found under a car. Animal control officers safely took the snake away. They think it was a pet that someone let go or that escaped. In Florida, people are trying to control the number of Burmese pythons. Some groups catch these snakes to help protect other animals. For example, a company used python skins to make shoes, turning a problem into something useful. Even though Burmese pythons are not very dangerous to people, it's important to be careful. If you see a big snake, don't go near it. Tell an adult or call animal control so they can handle it safely. Number 6. Golden poison frog. This colorful and vibrant frog is one of the world's most toxic and lethal creatures. While some of the 100 species of poison dart frogs employ camouflage to blend in and avoid discovery, the golden poison frog's vividly colored skin alerts predators to its toxicity. The golden poison frog's skin glands contain a fatal dosage of batrachotoxin, making them dangerous to contact. Scientists discovered that the golden poison frog carries enough venom to kill 10 humans in under 10 minutes. A single adult frog carries enough batrachotoxin to kill up to 20,000 mice. In a 2023 research, scientists found the protein that allows frogs to store poisons without harming themselves, perhaps leading to the discovery of novel antidotes for people. One of the most intriguing parts of the golden poison frog's biology is its source of toxicity. Unlike many toxic creatures, which produce their poisons internally, these frogs get their poison from their food. They mostly eat tiny arthropods, notably a type of beetle that provides precursors to the frog's lethal batrachotoxins. Because of their nutritional reliance on hazardous food, golden poison frogs bred in captivity are rarely toxic. Despite its impressive defenses, the golden poison frog confronts an unstoppable threat: habitat loss. The IUCN Red List classifies the species as endangered, owing mostly to deforestation and habitat fragmentation in its limited distribution along Colombia's Pacific coast. Conservation biologist Dr. Carlos Moreno explains, the golden poison frog's restricted range makes it particularly vulnerable to habitat loss. We're racing against time to protect not just the frog, but the entire ecosystem it's a part of. Subscriber pick. You won't believe this massive snake was hiding in plain sight under a remote village. The locals had no idea about the monstrosity that resided beneath their feet for years. They often felt strange tremors, but mostly wrote them off as earthquakes. However, the village was nowhere close to a fault line, which made some people suspicious of the tremors. Not to mention their cattle often disappeared without any trace. Then one fine day, the snake emerged from the ground, leaving the entire village shocked. makes us wonder what other terrifying creatures are hiding underground. Are we even prepared to fight off the unknown monsters? Number 5. Indian pythons. Indian pythons, also known as Indian rock pythons, are large, non-venomous snakes found in India and nearby countries. They can grow up to 20 feet long and weigh as much as 198 pounds. These pythons have strong bodies and are usually light-colored with dark brown patches. They live in different places like forests, grasslands, and near rivers. They often stay close to water sources. Indian pythons are carnivores, which means they eat meat. They hunt animals such as mammals, birds, and reptiles, but they seem to prefer mammals. When they find prey, they move quietly and then quickly grab it. They wrap their bodies around the animal and squeeze tightly. This makes it hard for the prey to breathe, and it eventually dies. The python then swallows the animal whole, starting with the head. While Indian pythons usually avoid people, there have been rare cases where they interacted with humans. For example, in 2016, a man in India tried to take a selfie with a python. The snake bit him, showing that wild animals can be unpredictable and should be respected. In another incident in 2022, a man in Madhya Pradesh, India, was attacked by a 15-foot python while he was in a field. He screamed for help, and villagers came to rescue him. This event reminds us to be careful in areas where pythons live. Indian pythons are important for the environment because they help control the number of other animals. However, their numbers are decreasing because people are destroying their homes and hunting them. It's important to protect these snakes and learn how to live safely near them. Number 4. Amethystine python. The amethystine python, also called the scrub python, is a giant, powerful snake found in Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. It is one of the longest and heaviest snakes in the world. While it is not venomous, its sharp teeth and strong body make it a serious threat to small animals, pets, and even people. This snake is the largest in Papua New Guinea and can be found in rainforests, bushland, and even near human homes. This python is a skilled hunter. It waits near rivers and creeks for thirsty animals like wallabies and possums. It also eats bats, birds, and rats. When it strikes, it wraps around its prey, squeezing tightly until the animal can't breathe. Then, it swallows its meal whole. If it wanders into human areas, it might be looking for food or a mate. In a recent occurrence, a huge scrub python was spotted clinging to the wing of a Qantas airplane, flying from Cairns to Port Moresby. The snake likely crawled into the landing bay and got stuck. A man in North Queensland found a giant amethystine python resting on his kitchen counter. In the Daintree rainforest, a massive python was seen slithering across a busy road, shocking drivers and reptile lovers alike. These snakes are not aggressive, but can be dangerous if provoked. Their bite is painful, and they are strong enough to overpower small pets and children. If you see one, stay far away and never try to touch it. Amethystine pythons should be admired from a safe distance in their natural home. Number 3. Stonefish. Stonefish are the world's most lethal fish. They are venomous and contain enough toxin to kill an adult human in an hour if not treated with anti-venom. The genus Cynincea contains 5 venomous stonefish species, all of which have poisonous dorsal spines that contain the deadly verruca toxin, VTW. Stings cause intense pain and respiratory and cardiac difficulty before death. Found in warm, shallow coastal waters in the Pacific and Indian Oceans, the fish tends to sting in defense if stepped on or touched by a human. Despite its toxicity, fatalities are relatively rare. Most people seek urgent medical assistance due to the intense pain caused by the sting. Despite what you might think, stonefish don't use their venom to kill their prey. Instead, it's there for defense against predators. The sting of a stonefish is incredibly painful, so even in the case of some of the fish's biggest predators, like tiger sharks, It's usually enough to deter or fend off attacks. This strong venom, along with exceptional camouflage qualities, makes the stonefish an uncommon meal for creatures that would otherwise hunt on them. Stonefish venom is administered by a row of spikes along their back. Thus, they are well shielded from above when hunkered down on the seafloor. Because stonefish are ambush predators that feed on the seabed, the majority of human stings occur as a result of standing on one, a painful experience that makes our eyes water just thinking about it. Number 2. Cuban boas. Cuban boas are the biggest, scariest snakes in the Caribbean. These giant reptiles, found only in Cuba, can grow longer than a car, some say even up to 20 feet. They weigh more than 60 pounds and slither through trees or creep along the ground, hunting for lizards and rats. But what makes them truly terrifying is how they hunt. Most snakes hunt alone, but not the Cuban boa. These sneaky creatures work together like a pack of wolves. In 2017, scientists watched them use an unbelievable trick. A group of boas slithered to the entrance of a cave where bats lived. They lined up, blocking the way so the bats couldn't escape. Then, as the bats tried to fly past, the snakes leaped into the air, grabbing their helpless prey right out of the sky. Imagine walking into a dark cave and seeing huge, wriggling snakes working together to trap their dinner. It's like something out of a nightmare. These snakes are smart, strong, and fast. And while they usually go after animals, you wouldn't want to run into one in the wild. Number 1. Southern African rock python. The Southern African rock python is the largest snake in Africa, reaching lengths of about 20 feet and weighing about 143 pounds. These snakes live in various places like forests, grasslands, and near water across southern Africa. They are non-venomous constrictors, meaning they squeeze their prey to kill it. Their diet includes birds, bats, and medium-sized mammals. Sometimes they even eat animals as big as antelopes or crocodiles. While these pythons usually avoid people, there have been rare cases of them interacting with humans. In 2002, near Durban, South Africa, a 10-year-old boy was reportedly swallowed by an African rock python. This incident was notable because such attacks are extremely rare. Another incident occurred in 2013 in Canada, where an African rock python escaped its enclosure and killed 2 young boys. This tragic event highlighted the potential dangers of keeping large, wild snakes as pets. Despite these rare incidents, southern African rock pythons are generally not a threat to humans. They play an important role in nature by controlling the populations of their prey. However, it's essential to respect their space and avoid disturbing them in the wild. We hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more.